day at the beach, made possible by their day at the beach. I thought that was a good one, so I nicked it. Right, if you remember earlier on, I spoke about when I joined the mob, HB Scavengers down Ipswich. And they dismantled the place, mass went and everything. And they had loads of money on the HB Scavengers Association. And they've managed to get the mast up again. As you can see there, the base of it is done. So now that shows us for definite that it's going in. So that was a good thing for us. We're not sure whether there's a housing estate going around yet, but we'll be in touch. We only live once. Wrong, we only die once. We live every day. Positive mindset. Right, this was asked on the compost group last week. Is disease making anyone else's worms trying to escape? No, being covered in white plastic to repel the sun and heat. In winter, it is a black cover to absorb the sun. Give me compost all year round. Since I took this photo, I've now walloped the top of that white and that little front door on the front. Right, this is Paul. I don't know whether he's on yet. Because of the situation now with me, what I'm doing with the photos, I have to put all the stuff all the people have sent me or add extras on the front because I had my photos by date. It takes too long to number them. So this was Paul sent me, well Jared sent me this afternoon. Paul putting his chilies in, obviously, on his plot. But he ain't come on, so he's still down there waiting. I'm just going to ask him, Steve, am you on yet, mate? He sent me, he's still down Weymouth then. Obviously this is Weymouth. I don't know whether that's from Portland. Could well be, because that could be Weymouth in the background. I used to be based there in Old Portland. That was a bit of a dive or hellhole. And he rode up. He sent me these photos because he knows a lot of me Australians. Some corkers. I had to renew my wallet during the week. As you can see, that one's at his sell by date. So I'll just borrow another little bag from Wilco. Thank you very much. Right, those of you who know me know that I like my soils. Anything to do with soils, anything like that. And this caught my eye, luckily. Super soil, the world's best fertiliser. The secrets of the soil. If you've got a phone, take a photo of that, or if you've got a bit of paper, just write it down. And you click on that there, obviously making it work on it, but it gives you all the ins and outs. And I had a pair, and I thought, right, so I got in touch with them. I said, send me a freebie, I'll try it for you. I mean, obviously you've done the trials, so, and you're flogging it, so as far as you're concerned it works. But I'll get a good bit of advertisement for you. And they sent me a little bag, luckily. Hi Mick, Jessica from Super Soil. Yeah, we'd love to send you some products. Just send me a post address and I'll get some out to you. What do you plan on testing it on? Just so I have an idea. You know it works really well on compost, as the microbes speed up the decomposition and transformation of your compost. Excellent. So I'm trying on compost and everything else as well, but that'll be covered next week. So I started today. Your order will be shipped ASAP. I'll say that back from yesterday morning. And I emailed him back. I said there's another chap who will give it a good advert with his followers. And that's all Muddy Boots. Mention that to her. 100 gram. €49. So good it is. There's a little free bag. pure natural organic. You can either drench it or just use it as well, you can use it with a watering can. That's what I'm using, because basically originally it was for farmers getting them to use it, but it's just microbes, hordes on them, and they just multiply rapidly, which is what I want to use. But I've asked her a few questions as well about using rainwater instead of tap water, because I never mentioned that. Also asked her if we can use it as a foliar feed. Trials. Hello Mick. Yes, 5 grams to 5 litres, and 5 grams is equal to a level teaspoon. Can't wait to see your findings. Funny, your man from Muddy Boots was on my colleague. Onto my colleague David. So we actually sent him some to review a couple of weeks ago. He kept that quiet, didn't he? We won't be in tonight because it's BBC Goals World Live. Dave sent us a few photos, xaliums. I know Nigel likes these Muddy Boots, but obviously these were there when I paid him a visit a couple of weeks ago. Nothing in bloom. This is the bees, I love them, as you can see there. Brilliant. Right, this is where I talked to Andy earlier on. I think I've been active on Facebook. This is on the message page. The Bunglis reply to that. That was Theo tonight, Andy. I've sent this. The Bunglis reply on tonight as well. After Jeffrey's question, I couldn't send. First time I ever had that. I got it a couple of days now. Everything else works alright, but I just can't send messages to anybody. And Ben ain't back till next week, so I think I have been hacked. Stewards. And he sent me a load of photos. So he's before that, Jeffrey sent me this big question for Sesh, if possible. Collected ladybird larvae. How do I keep them in my tunnel so I have the same next year? I thought, I know somebody will know, Andy, so I sent him the Gulf. And Andy come back with this. Everything you need to know about ladybirds upon it all. They need a moist and sheltered environment that will remain frost free and ideally above around 55 degrees F. They seek out somewhere which offers a degree of protection against predators. This could mean that your polytunnel is a perfect place for ladybirds to overwinter. You can make it appealing to them. 6 of us. Jeffrey ain't come on, otherwise he'd have been in. Thank you for that, Andy. All yours, sir.
Right, this is some of the coleus that I've got. I've got loads. In the conservatory, I've got a ledge above the fish tanks, and I've got 5 trays, self-watering trays, with the irrigation mat on. You just got to top it up and the water them. That's just one shot there. Okay, go on to the next one, Mick. Oh, that was from a long time ago, Mick.
Was it?
Yeah, you're going the wrong way.
I've got that one.
That's more coleus. As I say, that's a fantastic colour on that one. I love that one.
It is all.
They're all named varieties. That one, I believe, is called. Right, hang on. I think that's winsome. Okay, next one, Mick. That's the dark one. That's called China Rose. I mean, it's got flowers on it. I should pull them off, but I've left them. Sorry, that's winsome. On the right, that's China Rose there. Okay, another one, Mick. That's just a shot in the conservatory. The tomato plants now, there's 8 canes in there. The tomatoes are at the top of them now, and they've got 7 or 8 trusses on. You can see the coleus on the window ledge up there. I'm trying to get everything sorted now because I'm away this weekend, off to Canada for 3 weeks, and those tomatoes and there's peppers at the other end. They're just plumbed into the water butts, so they won't want touching. All what I've done in each one of those, I've just dropped a spoonful of liquid fertilizer. Okay, next one, Mick. Yeah, strawberries in a pot and all that. Just looking across. The fish tanks are in there. Hanging baskets. Oh, sorry, there's Tradescanthia. I've got 3 different types of Tradescanthia. And I got them in pots as well, hanging pots. Okay, next one, Mick. This is just outside in the garden. Smack in the middle there, a bit further up, there's a hanging baskets, but it's just been dwarfed. That's it. Just being dwarfed by the climbing iceberg rose that's around there. That was a cutting that I took several years ago. Okay, next one, Mick. That's another cutting of it. Another climbing iceberg. You can see on the right-hand side there's a yucca plant. That's the one. That is about 10 foot high. And I took these photos last Thursday, and with the rain that we've had and the sun, I've got a flower shoot on there about 3 foot high at the moment, still in buds. Yeah. Okay, next one, Mick.
Jeffrey, you got your hand up, mate. Got a question?
Yeah, just like to thank Andy for the answer for the ladybugs. But I was wondering, the iceberg, I've got the same one and it's got the same problem. What do you do to keep the leaves on there? Because it looks like the same problem I have. Lots of stems, lots of flowers, but no leaves.
Is this for the rose, you mean, or?
Yeah, for the rose.
Right, what there is underneath that lot there, there was a pergola there, and they took it down. And there's a clematis, and what I've got to do, I want to cut it all back, but the missus doesn't want me to, and that's why it looks straggly at the bottom.
I've got 2 icebergs.
You can see is the clematis stems.
Ah, okay.
The Montana. It grows to about 30 foot in length.
Now I've got iceberg as well, covering my water butt, but it's all kind of sticks, and then you have the flowers.
Yeah.
Loads of flowers, great scent, but nearly no leaves. It's like something's had to go at the leaves with a spray for caterpillars and everything. But
I think I've got about 50 meters of box head. And this year, the first time, they've been attacked by the ermine moth. And they've basically they've taken most of the foliage off my hedge, off the box hedge.
Oh. Okay.
The ermine moth, that's what. Yeah. Next one, Mick. Yeah, I had to downsize these photos because it didn't want to upload, so which is why they're smaller. Just gives you an indication. That's the kitchen there. In the corner, you got the. That's it. I had the kitchen put on specially, and the same with the conservatory there. But you can see the Alstromelias there on the left-hand side. There's 7 tree ferns, Dixonia antarctica, which I've got in pots, 9-inch pots. See the banana plant at the far end. What I've done since then, I've got strawberries in hanging baskets, and I've actually hung them underneath the other hanging baskets, and there's an automatic watering system that comes on, and it waters the hanging basket at the top, and then it drips through to the strawberry plants. So I haven't got all I'm thinking about, if I'm not careful, I'll come back home and all my plants will be dead that's in pots, so I'm frantically trying to plant everything out. Or devise ways. I've rigged up an automatic watering system for the hanging baskets, done the same in the greenhouse for the plants in there, and there's 11 irrigation mats in trays in the conservatory, just to try and make things easier for the people that's coming in.
Oh.
Becomes a nightmare, doesn't it? Anyway, you can see that's I was going to say, you could see the olive tree stand. I've got a couple of standard olive trees as well. You can see it on the far left. That's it. Yeah, and behind them I've got a ruck of potatoes in 30-litre pots, 30-litre barrels. Sorry, buckets with the handles on.
Oh.
Hey, Mick, next one. Golden showers, I believe that is, locally bred here. Just it gives a nice display. I was just walking around with the camera last Thursday, and I thought, oh, that'll do. I'll have that. Okay, next one, Mick. See the hostas on the bottom. That's it. Right. That's looking across to where the pergola was. The white rose again. The lupins on the right-hand side. And the plant on the leaves you can see, that's off the magnolia. That's it. That's the magnolia there. Right at the very far back, there's I planted an orchard. I've got an apple tree, a couple of pear trees, a plum, damson, gage. There's red currants, black currants, white currants, gooseberries. Yeah. Okay, next one, Mick. Yeah. I'm just trying to stick stuff in the ground so that I haven't got to worry about it being watered or not. That's one of the dahlias that I've put in. I know it's flowering early. What I should have done really, just pinched off the flowers, but I may as well see it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to show it. And you can also make out behind them the spotted leaves of the calla lilies.
Yeah.
Calla. Okay, next one. That's it. You can looking across to the kitchen. The lupins in the front. The shoots that you've got sticking up now, where you got just to the right of that mix a little bit, the green shoots going straight up. That's a myrtle plant. Someone gave me a cutting, and I bunged it in the garden there. I've had to cut it back. It's taking over. So yeah, it's. I don't know quite what to do with that at the moment, the myrtle, but I didn't want to chuck it out. Okay, next one, Mick. That's the climbing iceberg again, the rose. Yeah, not bad. They're so easy to take cuttings of, especially the climbing roses or rambler roses. With them being so vigorous, you haven't got to worry about the rootstock. You take loads of cuttings of them. In August, you want to do it. Okay, next one, Mick. That's another cutting that I had. Zephyrin de Dauphine, that is. Thornless rose. Smells lovely. Someone I worked with years ago gave me a cutting. You know, just some stems. And I just made a slit in the ground, chucked a bit of sharp sand at the bottom of the slit, put the roses in, probably 10 inches, 9-10 inches long, with just the tip sticking out. Just healed them in that little bit more. And that's it, left them from, did that round about the August time, and it would be about the following August when I dug them up and moved them on. Okay, next one, Mick. The arum lilies. I did it was a picture of me last year with those, and they were taller than me. This year they're only about 3 foot high, if that. It's probably because of the lack of rain.
Yeah.
I mean, it was we went for a month without rain here. But they do well. There's a garage there, up against the garage, and I've got a bed there. I've just got arum lilies. It's about 18 foot long, just full of arum lilies. Okay, next one, Mick. That's it. The lupins. I like them. They remind me when I was a youngster. We used to have a farm, and we had lupins on the farm, and there was, you know, just reminds me of that. And in the back there's the hebe. Again, that was a cutting. That great one there, yeah. Everything, you know, everything's so easy to propagate. I was a site maintenance officer at a school for 3.5 years. This is one particular school, and I took some cuttings while I was there. They had them in the garden, and I took some cuttings, and hey presto. Okay, next one, Mick. That yellow rose again, and you see the bay tree coming up through the bay tree. It is. That bay tree needs cutting back, but the birds have been nesting in it, so I'm leaving it. That's one of the problems. If you got a tree that needs shaping, or a bush like that, that was a lollipop shape, and with it planted in the ground, got its roots down, it wants to go. I planted that. I've had that particular plant, the bay tree, now about 32 years. It's been in that ground there for 30 years. It was in a pot before that. Okay, next one, Mick. Yeah, the Alstromelias again. There's all sorts in there, Mick. You know, you see the strawberry plants at the bottom in pots. Right at the bottom there. See a couple of different colours of Alstroemelia there, but that rose, it went right down. The kitchen's basically, that wall for the kitchen's basically 20 foot long, and it covered that wall, and I had the conservatory put in there at the other end. Well, I had to cut everything back, so as because the drains go from the conservatory just to the left of that there. So I had to cut everything back. I even had to pull out a peach tree that I had fan trained. Okay, next one, Mick. That's the Alstromelias there, and you've got a white foxglove in the foreground in the middle. Yeah. Those Alstromelias, they take over. They're a little bit thuggish. I find them anyway. You not have that problem, Mick?
Yeah, that's what I want though.
Yeah, I mean, they take over. One of my mates, he's 82, 83. I took him a couple of those plants a couple of weeks ago. I just hoofed him out the ground, chucked him in a compost bag, took him round. I dug the holes for him, planted them, I even watered them in for him. And I was round his house on Monday, they're in bud already.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, next one, Mick. Right, that's back into the conservatory again. Each one of those trays, one at the top, one at the bottom, holds 40 coleus, 40 spaces. I've planted the first 40 at the bottom ones where your pointer is. They're all planted out now, spaced out in the garden at a little area that I've been trying to do. I asked my daughter, did she want them, and she didn't want them this year. She had them last year. And I say there's 5 different varieties there. You see the frilly leaf one at the top? Yeah. That's winsome at the bottom, you can see. The frilly leaf ones called Saturn. Yeah. Okay, next one, Mick. Streptocarpus. You see the trays that they're on, the self-watering trays on the irrigation matting. All what you do is you just top that up, and you haven't got to worry about each individual pot. And it just saves a lot of time. And I'm just thinking of the poor person that's going to look after them for me. Okay, next one, Mick. I've got about a dozen streptocarpus. A dozen different ones. You take cuttings of them off the leaf. You cut the leaf up and you plant them. I've got between 40 and 50 now of them. I know, running out of space. And they're all on irrigation matting. The keen-eyed ones will notice there's a bit of green fly at the top of that one in the centre.
Yeah.
Doesn't bother me. I've got my insectivorous plants. I've got about 30 of them. Just not that far away from them. They won't last long. Okay, next one, Mick. Right. That is an Amorphophallus. The phallus is in the shape of, you know what, and that's just the foliage on it. I've got 10 of them in there. You can see the pots in the background hanging up. The with the Tradescanthia in. 3 types of Tradescanthia. The wedding veil, which is the one that you got on the left, just in a bit. That's the one where you in a bit. That's it. No, a bit further down, Mick. A bit further down. No. Yeah, that's the one. I fell off the steps a couple of weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, in the conservatory, and one of those hanging baskets came down with me. So after I picked myself up and sorted myself out, all the foliage came off the top of the hanging basket. So instead of chucking it out, we just repotted it again, and they've all taken. There's the purple one, purpurea, and you've got the green and white one that I've got as well. Okay, next one, Mick. Right, that is the 10th of May when we had a bit of snow. You'll notice just off centre, the yucca's been collapsed with the weight of the snow. That's it, that's the yucca. take it down, you see the yucca on the floor. Snap the branch off.
Oh,
There was at least 6 heads on that. They've all been discarded. I don't want any more of them. Yeah, next one, Mick. You see the catkins as well. That's some of the blackbird there. I sent off Thompson and Morgan. I get those geraniums there, the bedding geraniums. Most of them have gone out. My daughters get a tray apiece. Gets to the stage, you don't want them. Okay, next one, Mick. That's the yucca. Can you see on the branch on the right, just a bit right of your pointer? That's it, just there. That's where it snapped off. And it was basically as thick as that branch that you see there. That's a good thickness. That is about 10 foot tall. Since then, last Thursday, there's a 3-foot flower spike on that. Hasn't blossomed yet, but the spike's there. Blackbird's down there on the left-hand side. The twisted hazel. That's it. Corkscrew hazel there. Okay, next one, Mick. Right, catmint. The Picia. Grows like a weed. All round the lawn I've got edging. So it makes the mowing the lawn a lot easier, but that flops over and breaks up the harsh effect of having the edging there. It's a bit thuggish. Okay, next one, Mick. Oh, that's me.
Cheers for that then, Andy.
Okay, cheers, Mick.
Looking good, mate.
Any questions, anyone? No?
Good, man. You've covered everything. Right, these plug plants, well, bottle plants, not plug plants. These are what I had from our last general meeting. I bring them by along our mate who's from a nursery. Asked him to bring along, well, if he'd got any, first of all. Scented trailing petunias. Said he had. I said, bring us a couple of trays, and he's what he bought. Basically, they're going on the front here to hang over. Yeah. Roots telling me need potting out. So I've got the space on the front there, as you can see. And obviously I want him to overhang, so you see better on the next picture. Yeah. So I don't put him in upright because he can put everywhere. I want him to go that road. So I'll put him in the position I want him there, then just earth up underneath and on top as well. Slowly going all the way along. Obviously pack it, the stuff from the greenhouse, my own brew, compost, different bits, whatever. I think I've got 4 in each bed, so I've just done the first one there. I see it all working the way along. You already mentioned Zoom before last. I think I told you, Pet saw a bloody mouse in here. Crapped us all, you're bloody back again. And you got a snout on it. And Leo said it was a vole there. Well, the chap's back again. Pet saw it again yesterday. Put a trap out, but a trap to catch it. But he's essays. That lot in there, I put another dollop of trim gladiolus in today. Next, I think it's 5 days time, the next lot's going out. And there's 10 going in there, 5 in that one. following that raised beds. Then that bed will be full then, more than 2. That's for next week. And I've got 2 spare, and I've got bits of gaps in the raised bed itself, so I'll put them in there. So I've got the double trailing scented petunias in there as well. When I rung the chap up, because I knew he was coming to give us a talk, obviously, in the nursery, but I also asked him if he's got some scented, which is a dwarf shrubs, bushes, whatever you call them, for, just for the border, not doing bloody loop. And this was one, dwarf highly compact evergreen growing pots. This is white scented flowers. That's one he sent. That was the other one. Gladiolus innocence. Blue centers in summer. Large white. So I had them 2 and all. Right, this is where that waiter in. As you can see, the sun's gone off from there, and the sun's gone off them. Both my goose gobs, the red and the green, have now started, when the sun goes off them on a night, I'm getting them sprayed with soapy water. There's little chaps eating all my bloody leaves. In fact, I'm spraying quite a few things. Keep the little horrors away. There's Russian in the tunnel. Loves a bit of straw. Right, this little chap's going out. Upend him. Yep, he's ready to go out. Got a gap in the border. Well, this is the front. I forget what was in here last year. We did a very good, so he's come straight out. And he's going in there. Because, go back on that one, because it is his permanent place now, he'll have a bit of mic under his eyes just to help him out. So that's him put in. No, that was the other spot. This is the other plant. This is the other side. I see the border finishes here. There's a gap there, so put them in there. Giant goose gog. Yep, telling me, pack me out. Right, E is going in the middle, because that's a trailing blackberry, so I'm going to swap him. I want him over there, because he's going to need the middle section of the tunnel, because he's going to be bigger, and them 2. So there's a strawberry in one, that blackberry's going in there. I couldn't remember when I put these in, whether these are bottomless or whether I've got big holes in. Whether I was going to lift that bucket and the bottom will drop out. It worked out. It was good, they lifted okay. So I've just moved the one over. I want to get it nice and level again. Right, back him down. He's going to have a good brew under his arrows. So scrape away the top 2 inches and get a good dollop out. The other one I'm filling up as well. So at the bottom, the old hamster muck. Good job of giving me about 4 large bags of that. It's beautiful stuff. There's no strength in it. So I'm going to burn the roots. Most things I've been potting on, I get some of that in the bottom. So, see that or alpaca muck, rabbit muck, anything like that. There's no strength in it. But I ain't had me alpaca herder for a month or so. I've had a bloody time just lately. But I've got me out there in the pot, so now I can pack around that pot. Got the chop out ready. Put my worms back in. There's my brew what I've mixed up. And that's packed in. So that's a good brew in there. Bit of mic under his arrows once that pot's out the road. As we can see. And then I just firm him in around the outside. Push that compost in. And just backfill this with more compost. Get him nice and level as well. Borrow some more rabbit muck with a straw from the plot, because this has got to be top dressed. Stop them drying out. Like the bed itself, that's where it's got straw in there. So I give it a good dollop on. So the nuggets in here, which are the rabbit buck, that's an extra feed. Then I give it a haircut. Perfect. Then a good watering. Obviously keeping the water off the leaves because the sun's still out. No scorching. But yeah, he's all ready. This one I shall prepare tomorrow because this afternoon the strawberries came. I should have had my strawberries 2 months ago. These are from Pomona Fruits. But they'd lost quite a few. Well, the nursery that was growing them, they said they'd be late, mid-June, and they've just come this morning. So I've got a strawberry go in there. Just had cream, there's a name on it. Using loads of water. I noticed these little chaps here. I thought Andy would like them. That'd be spiders. We're getting closer. Yeah. Got closer just before he went out of focus. Right, this is my mate's plot on the. He used to do the. Well, he used to have hive. He used to flood the honey in our trading sheds. I think he upset somebody. And then he stopped doing honey altogether. Somebody complained about the bees. They haven't been stung. But a job's worth. I said if I get stung, I can sue you for all this bollocks. He said, son, this. Jesus, what? I told him where to stick it. The complainer I'm on about. But he's a good grower.
Is that potatoes down the far end?
Yep. But he started his grapevine. Showed him how to do that, how I do it. And well, he does good with everything. Now, he loves his rats. And he's been trawling the rat crap as well. He brings that in. Because that's mixed with straw. He's read up on it. And it's a good manure. And he's been using that in his bed. Well, proof of the pudding. It's good shit. But he does well. And he's getting more photos of his. Now, he's outside as well. It's the roads here. And he's got his fruit trees all in a row. And he's training them as well. I just have to get some more photos next time I go down. Well, he's a good grower, good lad. Back in the tunnel then. Right, tomato feed. Tomato feed we used to get used to be like black and just a capful to a 2-gallon bucket. Now it's clear as a fart because all the bloody crystallised on the bottom. You have to shake it up or put some hot water in, dilute. Scented rose is starting blooming early. It's nearly finished now. It's one of the first ones. I'm not saying getting close to his sell by date, but we've had it bloody moons. Pet wanted to bring it back up from mother from a mum's, which we did. But quite a few things now are scented. Another rose top of the garden, that's the best that one's ever been. It's one Ben bought his mum 2 years back. Our mate who gave us a tour from the nursery also asked him. Well, he said he was going to bring some anyway. He got his scented roses, such as Cornwall. So same thing. Obviously, that's what he come in. The pot and just took him out, which is there, and he's going into this. So exactly the same. Bit of hamster muck under his Harris. Get the height I want or the level. Good brewing here again. Give him a good water. bit blurred, but you'll see the tomfee and all crystals at the bottom. Pain in the nose. I can put it in my little kettle. Now, I just sort all to it and crushed it with a spoon. That's all the crap you get out the bottom. I did eventually get it right, but it's just hassle. Right, bunging me rose out. I thought he needs lifting a bit, he's a bit low there, don't look right. So I'll put a tub under him, that's better. Just to help him out. Bougainvillea I got from Lidl last week. It's going in my white pot. If you remember me last year's Bougainvillea, he was in this white pot as well, the one I lost over winter. It's like that chap will give us a talk. Christ, I forget his name, from the nursery. But loads of people have lost us last winter. And he lost about 43 grams worth of stuff. Hardy stuff which should withstand the winter. But he says it's about every 25 years we have winters like that. And he said obviously it's upset him a bit, but this is everybody else is in the same boat. Loads of people lost things. So a bit of muck under him, get the auto want. Pack him with a good brew, give him a good weight to it. And then my mulch on the top, this is going to be vermiculite. And get that water as well. Obviously, if there is any high wind, or it wouldn't be left out then. It's going to blow all the vermiculite away, especially if it's dry. But as he is, he's alright. That'll do me. And I was flogging these down ours, Owen, a couple of days ago. Same size plant, twice as expensive as what Lidl was flogging them for. Right, my brew. It's the most compost I've ever used. Although because I'm still making raised beds at the top of the garden, or top dressing, filling, whatever. I'm obviously using all the compost. But my babbies, just throw them back in there and they'll get working again. I'm still adding. I had another good dog today, so I'm doing another trial with this super soil. We'll cover that next week. Right, my gladiolus when they start coming through, as they come through, then I take them labels out, obviously, because I know they've come through, because I need them for other things. Right, my tulips would have been drying out, which were chopped last week. Now the base is dry as well, so all I'm doing is opening them up, separating them. And if there's any duffens or softens, which I do, exactly the same as when you get your onions up or your potatoes. You inspect everyone to make sure they're okay. You don't look very well, which means he isn't. Just put him in the bin. And also, just press them in, and if they're soft, yeah, very well either. Put him in the bin. In the end, I think there's about 5 that I've been down to that one, so that wasn't too good. Obviously, that was my tray of taurens. There's my shorts, but they were still drying. The old skin, brown, you just pull straight away. And then, what's this here? I think there's 2 of the last of the tulips as well, the flowers. Them are nearly done as well. Right, one of my cannas. Sent a photo to me mate, asked him what this were. Slug damage. Could I find him? No, SAS slug. Look bloody everywhere. Where the hell's he going? What was hiding somewhere? So I looked under everything. Couldn't find the little person. Peace are doing well at the end. My beds and my gladiolus are. 3 lots of carrots on the go now. Them 2 is a bit smaller than them, so I'll put a little cottage around. Right, this chap has finished now and he started throwing buds again. Need supposed to get him to next year. That'll be on next week's Zoom as well. Obviously exactly the same, lots of flower die, just deadheading. Ready for next year. Same as the roses. Deadhead them. Right, Andy, if you remember our little mace that was in here. There's one canna and there's one there and all the way along. Yeah, I went right down this morning just to have a nose and they've trimmed all this. Completely knackered everything up. Well, you'll see the photos next week. So whether they come up or not, we'll never find out, never know. It was about 10 in. Nettles and comfrey. He's still last week because he's only been out there last week. It comes in on night. We're still getting cold nights here. I think we're down to 10 again last night. I mean, there's no heating on, nothing. That's been put in the shed now. That's the only bit of heat I had in there. Just leave that on overnight. But cannas, and they're out now as well. As you can see there, just under 10. That's in the end of the greenhouse. Right, my fig tree, I thought I'd done all these. But Rooshin started nicking the rabbit muck out. So I thought, well, if I can get in the bloody squirrels, and what else can get in? So I'm just netted round him as well. Just to look after the chap. Top dressing most things, because a large pot is like a raised bed. Like any normal raised bed, they do drop down from the compaction of the rain. So they're getting all top dressed as well. Just give him a haircut, spin him round. Then put a bit of netting on. So the squirrels get in there, hiding his bloody nuts. Put a cane in, keep him nice and upright. That's what I've done at the top as well. Still deadheading down the bottom. These are my last 2 beds where I put my gladiolus. So that's those 3 and those 2. I've got gladiolus in. These will be going out very soon. All my bags underneath. That first one there was small wood chip with soil, which is a good brew to add to anything. But wanted me to have a look at another one, a bit of leaf mould. There's a couple in there. If there's any big lumps which I've missed before, then I'll get them out and just bung them on the borders because they've got wood chip anyway. Right, this one needs transferring. He's getting a bit big, he's going to flower on and all. So next pot size up, these are decent thick pots. These was from Asda down Arzo. This one will be his final pot for this year. Packed him round, take the mould out, so he's going to fit nice and perfectly, no gaps, nothing. So there's my bit of paper around the bottom, and there's that hamster muck, and obviously the roots love it because I've gone for it. Nice and thick, perfect. Water 2 days before you upend them and they don't collapse. Put them in nice and upright. Once again, I'm going to firm all the way around the outside. Well, firm on the top, it's just to get him upright, where you don't get push down much from the centre. And that's where he will live until the winter jobs him. No new owls. I think I'll drop the little bugger. Right, look, this one is finishing off. I'm going to do what the Egyptians use, because I called it too bloody heavy. So I put canes under it and just rolled him. And it worked. And then, as he was out the road then, wait till Ben come. Got something else in the middle there. Something else that'll be the flower. In fact, I've got them ready there, 3 cannas. And Ben or Aaron was here, and they'll give me a little chicken. Right, my little chap which I've just potted on. In the end, he was somebody's wedding present. This one I've got to keep an eye on, because he was from Holland. And in fact, most of them coming from Holland now. Got a virus in them. So every week I have to send a photo of this to my mate in Canada. And if he sees the virus in the leaf, then I'll also get rid of it. I've got rid of about 5 at the moment. These lot are mine from seed. Chuffed to bits with him. So these are going in the next pot size up, which are these. Nice wide thick roots on the bottom, telling me, yeah, get them out. Get the pot the same size again. These pots are coming useful. These are 1 pint pots from Wilco. And good for loads of things. That one is a cedar. Open pollinated. So here's one from the seed. Pure pollinated cannabis. That's what he sent us. So I've got 3 little chaps in there. That'll do me, that'll give me a nice bit of colour. And the rest of them I've been slicing. When these, if they get too big in the one pot, then I'll just slice through them. There's that many people asking for them now. And that's my tater. If I remember what I found growing, so well, I can throw you away in the pot, you know. So he's going next pot size up as well. I ain't seen a ladybird yet. When I say a ladybird, I mean our ladybirds, the red ones. Seen this foreigner. Don't know whether he's a goodie or a baddie. But I ain't seen many butterflies either. Lucian, I've just skin. Number 2 son's just arrived. That one is there, is one I'm going to keep my eye on, because he's one I had from a company that has the stuff from Holland as well. I'm going to keep sending photos to Sylvain in Canada. Just keep an eye on that one as well. So back to my tater. I'm potting him on. He's had a bit of muck on his arrows. And the bottom leaves, you see, which I've took off there, because I'm going to firm him in down, designed to go lower. And that stem I've buried, I want more roots from it, as he's there. Give him a good weight to him. Right, that one Lucifer, which had the slug damage on. This is one from seed as well. I sent away from these off eBay. And he's a Boston flower. In fact, this one, I'll keep it for my mate Dave Goodman in Chesterfield. What this is the pot is going into. A bit of paper, which is on the bottom, and the muck under him. I all like it. So he goes in. He's got a little chap coming out as well. The side, so you've got to be careful when you firm these in. green fly, Pagan Yaris, can have a spray later on. In fact, all of them. Yeah, tells me he's ready to go out. So I'll put them on as well. Well, this weather is perfect for them now. The good thing about Alstroemeria, once they start flowering now, they will flower to the first frost. Just keep pulling the old flowers stems out from the base, and they give flowers all year. Exactly the same as these. I've put my pots out now, say mid-June, whatever, and they'll flower till the first frost as well. That's what I like there. Just looking at them, sending to mate. These little chaps which I put at the front of the raised bed, we see straight through them. These are new colours. I thought that'd be a bit better than mine. Mine is twice the size, and that's one of my old ones. That's a good colour and all. Alan was going to have this, but he's got no garden. He lives in a flat with his Miss Sarah, who's flat, but they got no garden, so I've got to hang on to it. We still give me fruit. Right, then my cannas that I've got to get rid of. They're separate from mine, obviously, because these have got the virus. I don't. If I keep them in mine and I'm messing with these, then I mess with my own. I'm going to transfer the virus on, which I don't want, because mine are clean. So I've binned about 4 of them in this stage. But I said to Paul, do you want them? Well, I should have offered to him actually. But I said, if you do have them, keep them away from yours. Just put them at the bottom of the garden or something. And that's what he's doing. Vanilla cream. Cannerini Charlotte. Them was a good one. Still getting me little bags of wood. That's coming handy. And my leaf mould. Run that out. Bin winter coat. Took that off. Tried it. Right, this one is going loop and all. It needs splitting before I pot it on. That's just rubbing out the leaf mould again. Give this a bit of body, so this will be compost and whatever. Right, that's that plant I've just upended. Look at them roots, beautiful. That's that hamster crab, I love it. Right, I can either cut in that road. So I've got a new shoot there. So I've got 2. There's 1, 2, 3 shoots there. What if I tick in that road? There's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, no one across there. But a nice sharp knife and just cut straight through. I'm going to be cruel to be kind. And in the end I got 3 out of it. Bit of muck on the bottom. Good brew, good mix. Get the art I want, which I got in there, keep him nice and upright. Then the next one. Keep going all the way along. That one now, he's got 4 shoots on. In fact, I could have split them even more. As I say, this weather they love it. They love full sun. But you got to keep them weighted. Which, if you're a gardener, that's what you do. So there's 3 I got out of 1. There's the chaps. So the one with the 3 stems, obviously go in the bigger pot, the biggest pot. There's got 2 in that and all. Some ruching with the plastic bottle. Put a bit of treats in there. And a good bloody loop after them. More potting on to do. Next pot size up. These are the ones from the florists. which they either bin or return. Any drawback, you got to put holes in the bottom because there ain't no holes in. And they're perfect for like dishing anything out like this. Because obviously, if I get in then I've lost my pot. But these are free from the florist. All you got to do is drill holes in. And they're not a good size for a cannon at all. Might look after that one. This is another one I've got to keep an eye on. This was from Holland, so it is. But so far, he says this is like the seed leaves. He says you can't tell much on the seed leaf. You've got to wait till the soil goes on. This is some more kitchen waste, whatever. Rooson's got to clear it. In fact, it was nicking all the sweet pepper out of the bin then. As we can see there, nearly half of that. That's chopped ready. And that's where the nicked is when I turn me back. Found this in the shed. I remember having this years ago. 48 mineral. Soil improver. Improve your soil and stimulate your plant growth. Quality and balance of minerals in food essential for all this crap. That soil is usually from rock. There's a small amount released. There's a rain erosion. These minerals are washed out to the land and into the sea. 48 minerals is a concentrated source of minerals that allow you to address. Anyway, started using that. Stallion juice. Keep topping up my little chaps and my field gathered sheep book off rolling. And use biochar. The stallion juice. That's a good feed for me in compost. I've got everything. Well, that's me rolling this mix when I call it there. Beautiful stuff. So there's all my bags of goodies. Roll, this is a good one. What I'm doing now is with the leaf mould, because they're dry, I just break up that easy, rubbing that by hand. And I'm just watering them. Put a bit of topsoil in, water them again. There's my topsoil with a bit of wood chip. Just mix that in, water it. Till I fill the bag up. Give it a good mix. Wallflowers, still deadhead in these as well. I want to get the most out of them. If you don't deadhead, they've done the job because they've thrown seed. If you deadhead, you think you just took the babbies off me, I'm going to throw some more flowers. And that's what I want. Just take all the crap off, compost them. Right, my little bag I've just mixed up. I'm upending that several times. Just make sure every leaf is covered in the liquid. Then put a couple of holes in the bottom of the bag. Which got there. Perfect. Squash all the air out. Tie it up. Put the date on. And we come back in 2 months and have a perv of that. So while I was there, I had a nose to see what I've got there. This wood chip and soil. I think that was my last one, the leaf mould, and then I got that one in the bottom. That's originally what I used to do with the bin liners. So 27th of the 10th, and that's where he was sat. With the nature getting to work, no disturbance. So that's getting to the bottom of the leaf mould, because it's nice and moist. That's where all the worms were. Loads of eggs in. Obviously the top was a bit drier, but all that was at the bottom. I just emptied it into the compost bin. This is the top bit. Obviously you got to open it up. You will get worms in there, but you still have moisture in between in the leaves. And there's those little chaps and loads of eggs as well. But I'm just ripping these up. Loads of little yellow eggs. That's what I want to see as well. I'm just opening them up, just putting air into them. Helping them out oxygen wise. Well, as soon as the sun goes off everything, it's usually every 3 days, I'll water the lot. Start at the top end, go down, and then go back again. All these beds as well in the gladiolus. That was my first bed. First row went out here, looking back. Then this bed, then that. Fruit trees are doing well. Right, running out of room for my gladiolus. So I remember this trough I had from, forget what I did, got in it last year. Andy, one for you, whatever the little chap is. Or big chap.
It's just a moth mick. I don't know what sort.
I'll call him Clive. I'm great the way the markings on it. Another pot going out there. I think I've got one that side. Yeah. I've got a gap, so he's going out there. I've scrubbed it out with hot soapy water. Nice big holes in the bottom, as we can see. We're having a double layer of paper on the bottom. Topsoil this is. I can remember having this, picking this up. This was from a talk I did in the sticks. I got there early, set up. I had about a quarter of an hour to spare. Next door, field is covered in molehills. And I said, who is it? This is anybody's? What do you mean? I said, well, I want to nick some molehills. I said, go and help yourself. And this was one bag of it. And that was the colour of their soil. But I'm just mixing that with the leaves I've picked up, rubbing them out by hand, breaks them up. Nice. Paper, I'm giving that a good soaking because I want it to stay flat, covering the moulds. That's what I've done there. That'll do. Now I'm going to put some straw in with rabbit muck, give that a good watering. Now I want an extra bed for my gladiolus, but this is where Russian's run is. So I'm going to put that side in the raised bed, which I've done there. Well, it still goes up here, but it contains part of the run. And luckily it's the right length for the raised bed, just short either side. First thing I do is got to get that raised bed level. So there's different canes going underneath it. I want my own brew with all my mixtures. I've got a 7-inch, just under 7-inch deep. So I'm going to put 2-inch layer in the bottom, which I've done there. These are odd ones, but they're good ones. Well, that's a good thing. Last year it was 85, 90 days. That's a brilliant, no name. 85, 90 days, 67. But this weather I'll bloody throw everything out anyway. But everyone's in the same boat. So I've skinned them, got them down to one shoot. Right, this one here, there's my tater peeler. He don't look very good. In fact, he do sod all. Now there's another one coming through there, so I'm going to clear him off and use that one. That's what I did. So I bunged them out, so these are at depth 5 inches. I've got to remember that when I put my normal gladies out, my trowel is 5 inches deep. I'm good to the depth of my trowel. So now I'm just top dressing on top of them. Yeah, good work for it. This is a chronograph pencil, we used to call them. We used to use them in the mob. Radar operators used to use them in the ops room. Because they used to use perspex to put all the enemy and all that crap in. And bloody hell, that's from early 70s. I don't know whether I put this on last week, but Boston film, one of Guy Ritchie's. True story. Brilliant film. I love true stories anyway. But this is a corker, if you get the chance to see it. Obviously, Amazon. Right, a couple of petals looking a bit gruntled, so I just open the chap up. There's why. The plant's telling you there's somebody jobbing me, so bloody jobbing. Yeah, tell these are in my own compost. So my shoots growing through. Right, nice sunny day, so everything comes outside. That's a good way to. My little greenhouses. Then we're out the road, so I put them on a cane, just shove them up, and then put a cane cup on the end of them. Right, azalea feed, or rhododendron shrub feed. One thing I didn't know about this stuff, it's also good for raspberries. Oh, thank you very much. So they had some as well. Another dog doing in the compost. Carpets are drying out quick now, just keep them nice and moist. Right, 3 cannas out. And I found that out, I thought, well, I can't put it anyway, but I'm going to put it on anyway. This bench is dedicated to the mould, it cost me 65 quid. This was screwed to the bench I had on me allotment. There's the bloody moulds down there. I had to line every bed with chicken wire, galvanised chicken wire, and the roll cost me 65 quid. And this is still acid this. Right, them 6 I put out. 4. Well, I put 2 in the bin this morning. These are drying off now, so I'm opening them up as well this morning. There's one went straight in the bin. The old skin just comes straight off. Obviously the babies underneath. The other little chaps, they're still drying off a bit. The tops, put them in the garage now. Nice and cool. Got a bit there, was I'm in there 3 or 4 times a day. These 2, well, I'm telling them that they're not doing very good anyway, because the size of them. So they went straight in the bin. There's a couple of roots on them. And the rhizome. A lot went. Got the pots and the labels went in the other bin as well. I mean, just because I've got a virus, you can still plant them and get a flower out of them. But they will deteriorate year after year. In fact, I looked into this like when I first started getting cannas earlier on last year. And I rung the chap up. He's got a nursery near Kew Gardens. And he supplies Kew Gardens with their cannas. And I asked him if he just talks to garlicos. He says no. And I asked him about his cannas. Are they virus free? He wouldn't answer me. Because he knows they are, and the people he supplied have got virus cannas, and they replace every year. That's why to get the best out of them. So you can still exhibit them or show them with the virus, but to get the most out of them, they're virus free. For all the fields in Ireland have got the virus. There's quite a few places now, new nurseries this year, flogging cannas, because they know the public, the English British, are getting into cannas. But be careful where you're getting it from. I'm going to possibly finish by early next year, put it all together on them. I put 3 out myself this year, and I'm staying out. Because I found the last talk I did, my last photo I put on, not in my back garden, with my 3 cannas, my big ones. And I said, anybody into cannas? Yeah, want to put the hand up. I said, have you left one out over winter? He said, yes. Did you get away with it? Yes. And it was from the Midlands as well. So I thought, that's it. That's what I'm doing this year. But I want all good stock. That's what I've got to make in Canada. And you still get good stock for eBay. Because you just see us flogging it and then you're down the bottom. and look them up, and then I Google them. If they got a phone number, I ring them or email them and ask them, and they do their own stuff. They don't buy nothing in. That's what you want. This weather, if we go back on that one, automatic vents, but I want them as wide as I can get them. So I just put 2 plastic bottles in there. Because the vent I ain't get it open that wide, I'm just helping them out. Plus inside, I'll water the floor down. And in the tunnel itself, on the bed, is green bloody loop. Still deadheading. That deadheading a lot. It's just common sense, ain't gardening. Delphiniums, we had winds and that rain. It was a good dollop of rain though, it wasn't needed. But it splattered the delphiniums because of the weight of the rain. Another row going out. These are the Shalimars and the Lady Helen, which are the Yellens. There's 4 lots of prims going out. This is 70 days to show, 75 days, 80, 85 days to the show. So there's 4 different lots going out. That's what happened last year anyway, probably it will be out this year because of the weather. But then they're all ready to go. This chap's put a bit of weight on slowly. 9 inch. That's the spacing I was going to get to my spares with a jet. I ain't put none in. My labels are in there every 9 inch. And I just make them out. Paddling milk paw for the hound. The paw's up there, there's a ball for her. I started cleaning me shed out, first time ever. This is me delphinium, the big one, what he got splattered. Boston big flower on it. It's got a black bee. That one's got a black and white bee. And I think that was a black one as well. Still getting me leaves. Another dollop going out. It's a row that I left here. Because I spaced these out. I weren't going to put a row of large gladiolus in. I thought I could get away because it's close to this edge with putting prims in. And I can get 10 down there. So that's what we did. That's how close they are to this. So that's still 9 inches from there to there. So you can see the others when they've started coming through. So we start at the corner. Using my trowel and all that is going in that pot, which is done there. I've got to my depth, that's 5 inches. And then put my sand in, place him where I want him, eyeing in line with my label. And then the next lot of soil comes out of that one into there. That'll be to fill the one when I finish right at the end. So he's coming out and filling him up. And then just go all the way along till I've done. Last one, put him in. Now put that soil back in there. I'll just let the rain, or when I water, flatten these down. Because there are some small spikes on, I don't want to tempt anything with them. So that's that bed filled as well. Then I put the date when the prims went in. So my biggest 26th of May, prims 9th of the 6th. What's this one? Lucifer. Austin red flower with a yellow outer, but he's a corker. Right, he's going out. There's one going out there. There's one going out same side, right in the corner. You remember last week I got my dahlia up. That's where he's going. I've got a bit of protection with the fence. Also, they will be mulched. Lucifer is going in here. So I've moved my rows out the road so I can get in there. Got my spade down they needed. I just took all the slate away. Slate is like a mulch. It was free at the time. So my pot, I've got him with the depth hole in, plus a bit deeper. You can have a good brew under it. And there's the brew, the hamster muck. Plus it's the final position. So he's having a bit of mic under his arrows as well. Open the pot, there's a bit of paper underneath. Nice thick root coming through. Just bung him in nice and upright. Then just firm him in around the outside as well. And he has got the protection of the fence behind there as well over winter. Just making a little mixture to top dress him. Firm the stuff around the outside. Perfect. Put my slate back. Give him a good watering. This is the soil I had out of there. I'm just getting all the crap out. Because it's topsoil, I want to keep it. Ben was on for a few days. He had to go down Starbridge to the glass house. Because that's where he's flogging his stuff. Just that lot there. Just need a couple of photos of it. While he's there, I see some cards. If there was more bloke, I'd poison your tea. If there was more wench, I'd drink it. Must be. Some good cards in there. Black country, obviously. There's the old glass dome. And here's below the old glass. Never been around the museum myself. I suppose we'll go down one of these days. But Ben he gives free colouring posters in there for school kids as well when they have tours. They colour them in. He's a good lad. So there's my canna. He's gone back in. Pulled my rose back in. Right, these little chaps were coming out here. I've had them a few years, but this is the first year I've ever flowered. I mean, I don't like them really, but now that they're flowered, it's something different. Right, the crap I got out, if it was slate, out the back on there, was it? These lot go in the bin. I got my topsoil. That's crap. That can be done. So the extra slate goes on there. The top dressing. And the blue and white bells. But I'll just keep my topsoil. It's a new ingredient. You're surprised how many worms you find in it. It's got a bit of topsoil in it. Or leaf mould, wood chip, anything like that. There's a big wood chip that's going straight on your path as a malt. But this is just mixing this up as well. There's I think that's the last of me cannas from seed. Yeah, he's putting on. Putting me on board. Yellow zebra. He's a nice little chap and all. We'll send a photo of this to Sylvain and make a candidate next week. See if the new leaves are going to get away with it. And that one, Tropical Bar. Passion. That was a new strain. We'll see how they do. Tropicana Black. When I looked at their website, they do all the plants themselves. No, they don't. UK plant passport. So I'm going to keep an eye on him. And they will be having an email if he goes loop. Right, looking at this little chap there, if I zoom in a bit, he's throwing another flower. He's supposed to throw another flower, is he? We're trying to. Stuff still in the greenhouse. Precautionary. There's a few of them going out. These two about the same size. these are going out either side. In fact, there, this is somewhat to somewhat. White Roost tell me, yeah, bunged him out. With a mark under his Harris. Now it's down there. Who's in? Pretty sweet people, isn't it? How's he come from? Yeah, right up. Bunged him in. Give him a good weight to him. Raspberries, these need tying in. Or any new growth. I don't want them. I just pull them out. All I want is one stem going all straight up. So I've put all the new any growth up, pull them out or whatever, and tie them in. If they get too thick, you have smaller fruit and you've got no air movement around the plant. Any disease, aphids about, they're going to bloody love it. Keep it nice and open, they don't like it. Also, turn the leaves, because the underside of the leaf is out the sun, and that's where the little chaps are going to lay their eggs. Right, I had this chap during the week. Birthday present off the missus. Now, I love my variegated leaf. When I first had the canna, first in Durban, I loved it because of the leaf. 20 quid, 29 with postage. Cleopatra. Newbury Farm plants. I know they do their own plants. That's why I'm joined up. In fact, my mate Sylvain from Canada, he's in touch with there's only 3 people in the UK who do their own plants from stock they get off their mates or from their own seed, because there's some canners don't throw seed, so if the rhizomes you have to do it from. But this little chap was going straight into the big pot. On a good brew under his Harris again. My compost has been working for everything. I love it. So take the worms out, build him up. That's the height I want. To pack this, I had to bend the top leaves over, obviously. But the leaf itself, look at that. It's been bloody painted on. I love it, nature. But it's a beautiful, variegated leaf. Sorry?
It's a beautiful plant, that.
Bostery.
Yeah.
And the flower will be a bonus.
Mm.
But he's just slightly still teething, so I'm going to persuade him, put a cane in, just put a loose tie around him, just to persuade him where to go. I've done that with a few things today, but that'll be on next week's. Grapevine, I've got to check these every 3 days. They're going like Billy O this time as well. Loads of new shoots coming out. I don't need them because I've got my grape there. I don't need a new shoot, so they'll be broken off. I want all the energy going this way. Chap comes up there. I want that the length of me. That there's another one. He's throwing another bunch of grapes. I've already got one there. So either take that one off or take this one off. I took the new bunch off. This one went to my mate Saturday. Went to a wedding. The 3 are doing well, except trying out. I've got to top dress them as well. And, what I'm using for me green fly is just washing up liquid. Chokes them. This was covered in green fly. 2 days they're gone. These are all showing. I've had a look at today. Flower heads again. Can we get another show of flowers this year?
I think you'll find that the shoots for next year, Mick.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah. Where the flower was,
Yeah.
normally send off about 3 shoots, two or 3 shoots. So it'll branch out from there.
Lovely. Cheers, Andy. Well, especially this weather, I need top dressing. So out comes my rabbit book. Put it in, give it a haircut, trim it, give it a good wear trim, and it'll keep the moisture in. That's better. Leaf mould, I'll get bloody loads on it because it's a good brew. Apart from getting that much now, I've got an extra bag rubbed out leaf mould, new leaf mould. Also, it's not leaf mould yet, but it is in the sense that it's leaf mould, but it's dry leaf mould. But once that gets wet, beautiful stuff. Then eat sticks or crap in. Then I'll just go on the mulch. This weather, watering from the bottom for my carrots. That's coming through. Blackberry, there's my fruit for this year. There's next year growth and my fruit next year. Happy firework, listen. Bloody pen I bought this year for them labels. It's fading. Yellow zebra, that's another one from seed. Firework cross zebra. There's two of them here. Cedar, cross open. Lucifer. Them are the ones I got. That's the one I got for Dave. I should have planted that one out myself because it's too big. By the time Dave gets it, it's going to be bloody huge. Gary, Ben's mate. Gary got married Saturday. Ben was his best man. Me and Pet had an invite on the night. It was a proper West Indian themed do, in the sense, well, his parents and family, gospel choir and whatever. But it was a brilliant night. Everybody was up on the floor. Loved it. They all smuggle their own rum in. Can't blame them. He's carrying his missus. That's where all his presents were. And there's my canna. There's that many asked me for a cutting or to do one. So I've got to do that for his family. No problem whatsoever. That's where the rain splattered me dolls. And I took the canna down to my mate who babysits a dog for us. It's that first time she'd had the dog overnight. It worked well because they both got on well. But I said someone's been digging up all my seedlings. When I got home, what happened? Someone bloody dug this one up, a carrot, so I lost one of my carrots. Just to show you, he got one nice long root. Meaning he would have given me a carrot. My stuff from seed coming on beautifully. And these, perfect. This one's going to be split. Don't put him out on the end and get him out that road. I thought, no, I'll keep him upright and just try it. And I just squashed the inside from there and this side, and then just lifted him out. I put that between my knees and the bench. Over that one and that one, and he just pushed straight out, clean as a file. So I just sliced him down the middle because he got main shoot there, two new ones there, and he got one in him. So that's another one I split. Perfect. Two more happy people. Still dead-ending everything. So canna gone in there as well. One in the middle. He's a pink dwarf. See how he does. I've got one more pink dwarf going. With some seed as well. House tomato on the front, that rain had splattered them as well. So I'm going to clean them up. For these are going all to cock. I didn't put these earlier on. Seen all these. Bloody thing. I went through these this afternoon just looking at them, and that was all normal. And then when I went flicking through tonight, it started back showing you crap which I've already showed. But if you go on it looking at them, there's nothing to tell you this is doing this. Just seeing how far I'm going to go. Jesus, what? This is what it should have gone to. There's one I've got from seed, so that shows you what that one looks like. There's the other one, Fireworks Zebra. It's a nice flower as well. So there ain't much or many of that stock in the UK. It will only be his mates who've had seed off him. And as far as I know, I'm the first one to have seed off him. And he's just throwing a flower. He'll be in flower next week. And that's it, people. Sorry about that. Sorry about that crap at the end. God knows what happened there.
That's great. Thank you very much.
Nothing runs smooth, does it?
With your moths, there's about 2,500 British moths, different species, and about 60 different species of butterflies in this country.
Yeah.
There's a hell of a lot of moths.
Oh. Has anybody seen any ladybirds yet?
No. Have you heard? No.
Seen a few larvae in the garden.
Okay.
Little ones.
Is it too early for him yet, or?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I haven't seen many bees either, though.
Plenty of bees around here.
Is it?
Bumblebees and the honeybees.
Yeah.
They come into the conservatory.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, do you remember years ago, Mick? There were swarms of the ladybirds, weren't there?
Yeah.
Swarms of them.
I used to pick them up off the flowers in the border and take them in the greenhouse.
Yeah.
Bung them on the plants in there. And have a bloody field.
I do. Yeah.
You said
Touch wood, I haven't needed to yet, like, so far.
Yeah.
The ladybirds will live for about 3 or 4 years. So if you overwinter them, you know, it's insect boxes, isn't it? The canes cut in half.
Yeah.
Just keep on, plenty of places for them to get in, but it doesn't get too cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mick, you've got an abutilon in your garden.
What?
An abutilon?
Is that the one behind me, canna?
I think so, on the left of your garden as you look up.
Ah.
I think. One with it. It's like nice bell flowers, got yellow and red bell flowers.
Oh,
It's like,
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I had it from next door.
Yeah. Did it survive?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we've lost ours.
Oh, I had one both sides. I've lost them on the other side.
Have you?
Yeah. Obviously, they get so much protection in the listen.
Yeah. It was just took everywhere. This winter was bad, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Right, there will be a Zoom next Thursday. That's the 22nd. For be another good dollop of photos on. And if I have been hacked, then I can't get no photos off anybody. So I call anyway, Ben let us bloody sort it out. I ain't got a bloody clue.
Wouldn't know where to start, man.
Yeah.
On the way, Mick.
That's what kids are for.
That's it all. And supposedly grandkids.
Yeah.
Right then, people.
All right.
Make it.
Thanks, mate.
I'll see you all next week.
Yeah. See you, Mick.
See
Andy,
you,
when
mate.
you go away,
Cheers. Cheers.
Sorry, I go away on Sunday morning.
have a good break then, mate.
Come back on the 9th of July.
Have a good holiday.
Yeah,
Sure
have a good
I will.
time, mate. Yeah.
Enjoy it.
Okay, got to do it while you can.
Yeah.
See you
Yeah.
now.
See you all.
Cheers,
Right.
then.
Cheers.